It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me, Jay Black.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the Worst Records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Sean wears
Tight shirts. Every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt is so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? Wait.
Yes.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. June 11th. It's a Wednesday, a Wednesday, a Wednesday, a Wednesday. Good morning. How you doing? Everybody good? All right, got a bunch of stuff. All right, so we got in trouble yesterday on YouTube. They took down the show. So if you wanted to replay the show, they took down the show. Well, it was two songs. Lil Wayne, but then another one was a song during the clip. I knew that was going to happen. But we ain't getting no points against our license. We ain't getting nothing on our record. It didn't affect the channel. They just said, you ain't going to play that because you infringed. You're an infringer, Michael. You're an infringer. You infringed on copyrights. I'm talking to you, Mike. You infringed on copyrights. It's what you did there, buddy, old pal. That's what you did. So they took it down. So hopefully we won't get in any trouble. But once again, nothing went on the permanent record. And they were like, you ain't in no trouble. You ain't going, ain't no suspensions, nothing like that. But they're like, yeah, you're an infringer. And it happened fast, too. Like, we got off the air. I was in the car, like, 10 minutes later. It's like, boop, boop, boop. So what the fuck? What is this? You're an infringer. It was the white song that really got us in trouble. When we were playing the police officer talking to his nephew. Yeah, I knew I should have muted that. Yeah. That was my bad, YouTube. I knew I should have muted that. Yeah. I knew I should have. That was my bad. All right, let's get to these good mornings. Just want to let you know, some of y'all be checking out the show and everything like that afterwards and everything like that. If you're on here, if you've never been on here, like and subscribe, spread the word. Ash, I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone. I watched Straw last night. It messed me up. Went straight to bed afterwards. I got home late. I couldn't even watch it. Like, I didn't even watch TV. The TV was on. By the time, next thing you know, yeah. So you ain't the only one. Yeah, if you want to come up here and if you want to give your when Jay gets on in and gives the link out, you want to give your whole, your review, y'all, you let us know. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Good morning, peace to the gods and the earth. Coco, let me tell you something. I saw something. We got to talk. I got to talk to you. LaShawn, good morning, everybody. What up, LaShawn? She said present. That's right. This is a third grade class. Present. I need y'all to say present. Oh no. I am no, I'm not gonna watch it tonight because the NBA game's on tonight, so I'm probably gonna watch the NBA game. By Friday, I should have my review, and I don't care if y'all spoil anything. Like, I don't care. I'll still watch it. It don't matter if you spoil the plot to me. All that spoiler alert. It's a spoiler alert. Whoop 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 whoop. Whoop, spoiler alert. I don't care. I'll still watch it. That's the one thing me and my co-parent, Stacey, had in common. We didn't care. She'd be like, tell me. I'm still going to watch it. And I'd be like, tell me. I'm still going to watch it. We did have that in common. We do have that in common. We do. Her birthday's coming up. Miss Parker, LaShawn, we gotta say happy birthday to her on Friday. I gotta remind myself to be nice to my co-parents. I mean, I'm always nice to my co-parents. I'm just saying, I gotta say good. I would like to say happy birthday to her. Good morning, good people. First movie that had tears falling by the end. Oh, Ashley Newman was crying at the end. I don't know why that's a big deal. Ashley Newman crying at the end and Jeanette crying at the end would make me go like, yeah, that's a lot. That's a Jay Black's in the building. Wow. Okay. All right. So Jay, people were giving their. Oh, what up? First of all, what up, Jay?
What up?
People were giving their. Hold up. People, don't touch this real quick. Ash said the movie messed her up. She went straight to bed. Ashley Newman said, "Good morning." She had tears falling by the end of the movie.
Talking about Straw.
Straw, yeah, we're talking about Straw. And I was like, yeah, for some reason, Ashley Newman crying at the end of the movie and Jeanette crying at the end of the movie is a big deal. I don't know why. I met Jeanette, obviously.
No, yeah, my sister don't cry.
But these cats, now you can take over from there. All right, so everybody, wow, okay. Like I said, I was gonna
watch. Didn't watch it yet?
Yeah, I had. I didn't get home till like 8:00. By the time I got home, took a shower, and started getting things together, I went straight to bed. Ashley, I cried within the first 10 minutes, and by the end, wow, she said, I lost it all.
Kirsten.
They had you in funeral tears. Salute to the host of the most. Thank you, Miss Parker. Thank you. The tight song shirt stay stuck in my. It should. Tight shirt. Tight shirt. Ties my song inside. They used to hate on that song. That was a hit song. That was one of them songs that we would have played all the time in Dallas when I was on the radio. I would have been performing that at places. But being the effing haters that they were, I mean, you gotta make a new one. We're not gonna shut up, corny bastards. Good morning, Miss Clark. She
in her. Look at the pictures,
Clark
Mike.
is in her.
This is it. She's back, bitches. Like she back. When somebody got that glow, they just happy.
He hit on the cruise. I'm playing. He hit on the cruise. I'm playing. No, he hit on the cruise. No, I'm kidding.
Got the hair.
Go ahead, Miss Clark. I'm happy for you. Go ahead, Mama. Live that life.
You feel good. You feel
That's
good. You
right.
do good. All right.
Don't mess this up.
Good morning, Shelly.
Why don't you sound clear as you normally do?
Oh, wait. Maybe I hit something in. Let me go check my microphone out.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. Yeah, man. I heard within the first 30 minutes that in that Tyler Perry movie, that woman's going through more than Rosa Parks. Like she went through a lot of shit in the first 30 minutes. That's the thing I know about Tyler Perry movies. When Tyler Perry is trying to prove a point of a character, when he's trying to define the point of a character, he goes all the way.
What up, Trendsetter? I sound back to normal.
Yeah.
Trendsetter, what up, homie?
Whenever Tyler Perry doesn't like when somebody's being abused in a movie, like that person just doesn't get verbally abused. They get physically abused. They get sexually abused. They get hit by irons. They get lit on fire. Like Tyler Perry wants to make sure you get dragged behind Suburbans and you be like, shit, damn, Tyler, I get it.
You really got to watch it though, Mike. You really have to watch.
Probably, to be honest with you, I won't watch it till tomorrow. Because the NBA Finals game is on, so I'm probably gonna wind up watching that. You just never know what will make your brain break. Facts on facts on facts on. You just never know.
We test it. We all think we know. If that was me, or I wouldn't deal. Or I know how to handle it. Everybody always, before it happens to them, they got all the answers. Everybody sweat.
The times I've snapped, it's been over stuff that I look back on and I go, why did I snap over that? And then the times I didn't snap, I go, why did I let that slide? Like, why did I let me? Mike, that's me too. I'm still gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And remember, y'all, I don't care about spoiler alerts. I don't care. I still watch it.
But so a lot of people do. They don't.
I don't care.
That's why we've been real generic with the movie. We've been generic.
We've been generic because I ain't watch it. If I would have watched it, I would have been dropped. Them joints. Hey, Tawana, Stacey Mitchell, I cried from the start. That's because you was drinking Henny. You probably, when you watch a movie and you got like 3 shots of Henny in you cry.
Queen Born, morning.
Morning, Queen Born. What's good with you?
Straw on Netflix for those who don't know. Straw on Netflix. Spend 2 hours to watch the movie. It's dope. It's worth the time. Good morning, Diane.
Wait, let me see. Let me see something real quick. Do I have this? I may have saved him today.
Yes, we see her glow, right, Ash? Yeah, Miss.
We see that glow.
Miss Clark is on it. Stacy says she did hit. I don't know that she probably talking about that. I'm playing, but girl.
No, she's probably talking about the Henny. My sister March 1st always cries. I be feeling bad, but never cried this time. My soul was hurt. My sister March 1st. Yeah, I'm March 2nd, so I'm sensitive. I cry when I'm happy. I like crying. It sounds crazy.
Somebody give Asha that password, please. Asha don't have Netflix, and she really wants to watch this movie. Just do the trial. Don't they got like the 30-day trial, something like that you can do for a trial?
Come over. Just come over. Wear something comfortable. Wear something comfortable.
Y'all can watch it together. That would be dope. Mike and Asha, yes, y'all can have a watch party, and then y'all can give us an update.
I'm talking shit at my mama house. We're talking about straw. It was excellent.
Mike, I had company.
Mike, I have company.
I should come over. She's from the show. She's from the Legendary Ladies.
Who's Asha? As a caring
from my mom's house.
At my
You're the
mama
only
house.
person that embraced that. I give you credit. Most guys would not be embracing the fact that you right now is in the transitional phase and you chilling at your parents' crib. Like
I'm chilling. I'm here. I mean, what do you want me to do?
You're stupid.
I went from having 3 places to live that I own to living in my mama house. That's a real journey.
Look, that's a Tyler Perry movie.
That's a Tyler Perry movie right there. That's when you go like, damn, enough. He back in the room that he grew up in. Oh, he in the hospital. He had a seizure. He back in jail. Damn.
Yeah, they follow the journey. They be rooting for you watching the movie. Like, come on, Mike, you got it. Well, he stands sober, y'all. Look at this.
He stands sober.
And look, and the here come Coco in the movie. Here comes Cypher with the Henny.
You want those? I'm saying you want those.
And everybody like, no, don't do it, Mike.
And then finally, I say no. They was like, yeah. He said no.
He turned to push it down.
He did.
Sorry, Cypher. Sorry. We were just making up a script. That's all. It was a movie. It was a movie.
I'm trying to see if I got this thing because Cypher, I think Cypher, you might have got saved because I saw some shit, Coco. I saw some shit that I was like, what?
Coco texted me yesterday and went in talking about I know how you feel about white people, but just the what? Coco, I don't have it. Just because I'm pro-black does not mean I'm anti-white.
Lady Q halfway. No,
I'm pro-black. I'm rooting for everyone black. That has nothing to do with me against white tees. That's not true. I don't want that to be the perception if that's what's out there. All right, Mike, within the first 5 minutes. Oh, don't tell the movie, Tawana. I think she's telling you the movie.
In the first 5 minutes when he has great actors, the show is writing moves. Tarara was excellent.
Oh, okay.
She deserves an award for her portrayal.
Janiyah. She's playing Janiyah in the movie. That's her character name.
It's definitely a black show. Black movie.
Everyone has a breaking point, right, Asha? I don't drink dark liquor, Mike. Stacy says, stop putting that dark liquor on her. You know she.
No, she don't look like a dark liquor drinker. She really weed fits her. Like real talk. Yeah, like weed fits her. Like her.
No, but she be dancing and partying. Weed usually just had you just chill and vibing.
No, but her personality, it kind of levels her out because she's so over the top that she needs that weed to that's basic. Yeah, bring your holy water.
Donna Clark says straw was great. Yes, Donna.
What up, Donna? My high school friend, Mike. Wear something comfortable. Okay. Yeah, wear something comfortable, girl. Wear something comfortable. Don't worry about it.
Come on over.
And don't bring your Bible. No, I'm playing.
They said about holy water. Don't bring none of that. We sinning. We heathens today. We watch. You gonna watch and be heathens.
Keep me at the door. People, you walk. I'm like, hey, leave that Bible right there. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Oh, Jeanette came at your neck.
Yes. You ain't seen the money I seen, girl. I done spent more money than you made in your life, Jeanette. Don't come for me.
But you know he gonna bounce back. See, that's the thing. That's when y'all women, y'all single. This is when you need to get with somebody. It's right now when they're transitioning, because you know the bounce back is coming. When somebody's been on top, that's all they know. So you take a step back, you know the bounce back is coming.
You know how much money I'm getting paid to go to Dallas now.
Yeah. Y'all better get with Mike now. He's single.
Get with me now. You better get this broke dick now.
Oh God.
You better get You gonna jump on his Kia Forte dick now?
That's funny. He said the Maybach penis is coming soon. Y'all better
Yeah,
get
man,
on.
it's coming soon. Sometime by November. I'm telling you now.
He said, get on this Kia. Get on
You
this-
better get on this Kia with the cloth interior dick.
Oh God, you stupid.
Oh
that's
man,
hilarious.
I'm telling you now, cause I get up in it, I get bougie quick. He forgot where he came from. I forgot where I was at 3 months ago. I'm fast with it. I'm like, what's going on? I got this. I'm trying to, cause Coco, I really gotta. We gotta talk, Coco. Hold on, we gotta talk. I gotta.
We gotta have him come on. He gotta figure out how to hit the square and join the show one day. I don't know what more I could do to give him the link other than go to his house, because he be having the link. Good morning, Don Page. Hope all is well with you, homie. Good morning.
Yeah, we gotta get you got to get on here, Coco, because I think a lot of this has to do with the pressure. You get pressured by other people. That's all I'm saying, and I'm gonna keep it at that.
When you say he get pressured by other people, okay, you see him keep it at that.
Because his situation. I think
he's repping for the popo. Like he has white cops that are really, that's supportive. Some of them and some aren't. And he wants to rep for the ones that are supportive, but it's hard when you got the ones that aren't. So I get the double-edged sword that he's faced with. But good morning, China.
What up, China? China
trying to go get him.
Y'all be trying to go get him.
She said she's single too. Remember, she was in somebody's inbox. The sergeant, matter of fact, she was like, "Hey."
She's trying to holler at the sergeant, right in front of everybody's face. Like, all right, China, what the hell?
I try to cipher. There's no deal. Jay, you better say my comment. The actress. I missed your comment. I'm sorry, Tawana. I did fly by some comments.
Yeah, you better. The actress from Willenboro didn't know. I haven't seen. She's the teller, good bank teller. Biggest scene of the good bank teller. Shout out to Shayla.
Oh, she's from Willenboro. The girl
Willenboro got a whole bunch of Willenboro. They be stars all over the place.
Oh, I didn't know that. The one Tessa, the one that was the part of the problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he said I'm driving. Hold on.
Keep telling the story. Keep telling us what I like. Keep telling the story. That's what I like. I like when y'all tell the story.
No, it was two tellers. And there was a lot of people coming at Tyler Perry talking about the black woman is always struggling.
Keep talking. Keep talking. Don't keep talking.
No,
keep
what
talking.
I'm saying is the movie had all black people that were stars. It was, if you notice, all of the black people were in control, from the bosses, the bank, the landlord, like everybody that was in that film that was a boss was black. So when they say Tyler Perry don't represent black people and always got the women, well, not black people, but got a woman struggling, I disagree. Got a black woman landlord, got a black woman bank manager. So stop coming at Tyler Perry. I appreciated his movies. I appreciate what he's doing. And I don't appreciate Mike leaving me by myself. So somebody click that link. Y'all know how I get. Let me see, unless I got a link. Unless I got something to show. All right, somebody popping on now. Oh, that's Mike coming back. I was about to get the people to come on. I'm about to get Randall Rick or somebody.
Why are you always running from that microphone, dog?
I don't like being by myself on here. It be feeling weird talking to myself. I don't like that.
No, Jay, the teller in the blue, not the pain in the ass one, of course. The Borough girl was the kind
She was
girl.
the kind girl.
I want to stop it with of course, the Borough girl was the kind girl. Stop.
She was the kind one.
Because I'm in a very silly mood. And I'll start bringing shit up that ain't funny. That it stop with the Borough girl. Obviously, was the stop.
I said one of the Borough girls are nice.
You a kind girl. You a kind Borough girl. Shit. Let me leave that alone. All right. Coco, let me stay in this mode, because Coco, I gotta ask you, Coco. Talking about profile pics, right? So I'm looking every once in a while. Facebook is like one thing I just check just because of the show. So with Facebook, I'll just check, right? And then it'll be like potential people you should follow. And I'll be like, sometimes when I try and follow people or accept a friend, they won't let me because it's only a 5,000 limit. That's ridiculous. Like Facebook upgrade. Like people got more than 5,000 friends. Stop. If these are the things Tyler Perry is privy to, how is it any different than how a comedian makes jokes about his life? I don't know. I wasn't complaining about it. I saw myself in a bank manager working for a bank for 35 years. Very emotional. All right, so all right, y'all.
Stacey worked in the bank, so she saw that whole scenes make with the bank. Like, Stacey, have you ever been through that? Well, wow.
Have you ever been through where they won't give her the money? or some
No, you don't even know. See, you still trying to figure out the movie. Just watch the movie. I was just wondering if Stacey ever been through that, because that has to be traumatic for some people.
Now y'all can spoil it. I'm telling
what's
you.
wrong with us Borough girls? She from
y'all
Borough
know what's
too.
up with your Borough girls. Y'all ain't all nice. Y'all ain't all I'm in a good mood. I'm not gonna sit up here in front. I know a lot of lovely Borough girls.
Oh, Stacey been through that. So Stacey was Sherry Shepherd in that movie, y'all. Stacey was that person that's been through that. She's been through that trauma of being paranoid. Ooh, that's serious. Like, set it off.
Y'all can say it. Like, I don't know what y'all just say it.
She said she's been through it 4 times.
They robbed you 4 times.
Yeah, you need a new job. Like, I don't know if they robbed us once.
Yo,
at
banks
Pizza
used
Hut.
to be the easiest. Banks used to be the easiest lick ever. I remember there was a bank up the street from where I lived in Willenboro on Charleston Road. They must have robbed that bank. I think people literally, it was a story that somebody robbed a bank on a bicycle. It was this bank that was at the corner across from the fire department. Oh, good morning. What up, Cam? What's good with you? I tried to make it to the Q spot Sunday.
At Pizza Hut, I was the assistant manager. I remember fresh out of King High School. I'm assistant manager. Dude walked in. He said, "You know what it is." I was like, "Yeah, this ain't for me. Like, this is doing too much."
And Karma came back at your ass, didn't it? Karma,
yeah, he said, "You know, yeah, right. I'm trying to turn my life around. I just been through all that crime. No, I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to clock in and out, get a job." The dude, he literally walked in. He said, "You know what it is," and put it right in my face. I just hit that register. Sell, ching, backed up. It's all you, homie. You take this. Ain't my money.
You know, it's funny. My dumb ass, if I'd have been in that job, probably wouldn't have known how to open it that quick. I would have had to ask. Hold up. Hey, yo, how you open a register? I saw you hit the button. How you open it? No, he robbing us. How? He need the money.
He need the money. Well, you come tell him no.
No, I'm not playing with you. No, I'm not playing either, my dude. Like, I really don't know how to hit them buttons away. I know y'all see it in the movies all the time. I don't know how to do that. That movie sucked. That was 2 hours I will never get back. Damn. Other people have said that.
Is he the first person to say Straw sucked? No, he may be talking about a different movie. There's no way you saying Straw sucked.
There are other people who said that. There were some people
who
sucked.
It was bad.
People were like, it was over the top of how much stuff she went through. Some people were like, it was overly done and all that good stuff. I have no idea. I ain't watched the movies. So I can't comment. Yeah, DJ Super. They used to be a farmer's mechanic bank in Willenboro on Charleston and JFK. Yeah, and the story went around that somebody robbed that bitch on a bike.
So he said, "Y'all, here you go, take it all." He said, "Rob somebody on a bike." Just hey,
he just robbed the bank and came back, and then he left. He was on a bike. He was like, it was a Huffy. I'm never
trying to protect their stuff. Yeah, I mean, if y'all whatever
I'm
job
never trying to protect anything.
Man, this ain't my money. I'm sure Pizza Hut had insurance. I'm a young dude. Ain't nobody, man, please.
I told her, Kayla, when she was working at Burns and Kofax, don't you put yourself in harm's way. Don't you ever
protect the company.
And she was like, "Dad, I know." I said, "That's right. Call for help. Call managers." I'm like,
remember we had the comedian Lunel on, and she talked about how she robbed the bank. Remember we had
Lunel,
her on
gangster for real.
And she literally robbed the bank. We need to play that best of clip. Lunel came through. Yeah, that's a good friend of yours. You need to get it back on. Lunel, we talk about it.
Sean said some people were saying it was too much for one day. Yeah, I heard that people. I watched it on TikTok. People said it was too much for one day. I mean, all these opinions. When I worked at the rental car place, we're holding the gate reps at gunpoint, taking cars. I said, if someone puts a gun in my face, they can have all these. They can have all the cars. I'm telling them which the good ones to get. I'm like, y'all need to go and get the 2017s. They just came in here. They got low mileage.
They keyless. They keyless entry. Push the start.
Those are the clean ones. Don't get these little Ford Escapes up here. No, the ones in the back. They got some Honda Accords in the back. They got some SUVs. Go back there. I was robbed when I worked at a bank in the Bronx. Man, Miss Parker got a story. I remember the pizza days. I used to forget to put the cheese on the pizza all the time. All right. There we go.
Cobra used to work for me. He worked for me at Pizza. I was hiring all my friends and family at Pizza.
That's when Jay Black can talk about white people in peace.
Honestly, I didn't have issues with YT's.
He wasn't around him that much.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't until as I got older and I started realizing and seeing, and it's like, yo, no, they really. This is crazy. It's okay. All right. All right, LaShawn, it was too much for one. It was a lot for one day. I remember I initially said that. I was like, this is a lot. But I guess it could happen to somebody. And I think
meet
that's
me
the
down
whole...
the block. I got you. Meet me down the block. I'm gonna let you the safe. The safe. Here's the code to the safe. That was hilarious. It was the female John Q. I was hearing that. I was hearing that.
All right, what we got today? What you got? Some no lies detected.
We got lies detected, but damn it, this is what I need explaining from since Coco want to be all active in the show. Coco, what the fuck is this? This is what I want to know. Coco, what the fuck is this? That's what I want to. What is that, Coco?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you gonna stop messing with Cypher. Wait, that's his profile.
This is on my page. I'm on Facebook and I see this.
Why am I scrolling seeing you said pause? You want to throw a flag on Coco?
Throw multiple flags on Coco. What are we doing?
Is that his ladies love Cool James? Lady loves Cool.
He had the glasses on. You 2014 D'Angelo, look at you. You got an R&B single out.
Oh God. Yo, he be drawing. Hey, Ash, this is your boy Mike coming at Cypher. Coco just trying to live his life, you know. Instead of Coco, he said, call me Coke. He ain't Coke, man.
Call me Coke. Nobody steps on me. Call me pure Coke.
You're stupid.
What? I swear when I was upstairs, I was on my phone. I was like, I swear this music popped on. I said, what? So why is he doing this?
That's the music popped on. You heard the theme music.
Popped on out of nowhere.
Cam, you silly, right?
My daughter came in and said, why you got that music on? I said, will you look at this? She said, why he got his fingers over his lips? My daughter was like, is that a signal? I said, yeah, it is a signal. But don't be following him on.
Coco. Yeah, you see Miss Parker name right there, followed by Miss Parker.
I told my oldest mom, I said, don't you follow him? She's like, it's Facebook. I ain't been on Facebook since I was 7 years old. What are you talking about? I was like, oh, all right, I'm just giving you warning. Yeah. I've been looking for that pic in my phone for a year. I was called a womanizer and a pig yesterday, so I guess that's my pic. Like, I don't know what that is, Coco. I don't know what in the male stripper pose that is. I don't know.
Oh God.
Let's just keep this here for a second. Listen, I say he looked like he got an album release. He got an album dropping. Called Butter Bitches. Like he got an album called Butter Bitches coming out, and that's his promo pic. Y'all tell me. Y'all leave in the comments what you think the name of the song is that he's dropping. What's the name of the R&B song that Coco dropped?
Oh God. He got the song.
Yeah, answer a cop named Coke. That's funny, man. What was that? What if that was the name of the album? A cop named Coke.
He said his name is called Philly Hat.
It's called Philly Hat.
Okay, all right.
He got an arm matches the sweats. Yeah, okay. All right. 2014 no, real talk.
He said Jeanette said it's called Hush Girl. That's the name of the song.
Y'all put the name of the album or single that Coco's dropping with his R&B music. Just
Hush Girl. I can see Hush Girl.
Hush.
I should say Tender Kisses.
Tender Kisses.
Yo, stupid. Oh, goodness.
He like an R&B Kumo D. He's like an R&B Kumo.
Yo, sorry, Coke. I don't know how you got caught up in this.
The Tevin Campbell remix. What? Miss Parker coming. Miss Parker said, I want some of this. Tevin Campbell.
Oh, goodness gracious. Laughing at him. That Hush girl was funny. though.
Look,
They
Coco
both
got an
were funny.
icon award at the BET Awards from like his work in 2014. Yo, y'all, put your hands together for your iconic Hush girl.
Look, doing all his hits, Hush girl,
Doing all this shit.
tender kisses, and
Tender
you know,
kisses.
tender,
Butter bitches.
all his hits.
And the one you can't forget. Butter bitches.
Then he come out gyrating and doing a little,
Butter bitches.
doing the snake or cook.
Don't nobody want no margarine hoe. I want butter bitches. I ain't know what to do. I know what to do. I know China, you and this profile pic gonna be real distracting if you got a lot of comments today. I'm gonna tell you that much. You're gonna be real distracted today if that profile pic came. She got a lot to say. Cause my she said cause my bad. Nah, nah, he put it, he's looking for the picture. He liked that picture. Hush, girl. Hush, don't tell nobody nothing. I need you to hush, bitch.
That was funny.
Hush, girl.
That was funny. Shady, but funny.
It's not shady. You put that's actually on Facebook, dog. That's actually on Facebook.
That means you want people to see that.
You wanted that. You said, yo, this is the one. You took that pic. You was like, yeah.
I'm gonna kill him with this. They gonna be like, yo, he married?
Yo, let me crop the back. Let me crop the back up. Let me crop the back. Yeah.
He did some editing.
Cop with the coke.
He said he almost crashed. You got him spitting his coffee out laughing.
What were you thinking, dog?
Oh god.
Took the brother's life. He looks like he needs a part on self-destruction. Yeah, he needs something. Destruction. Hush. Is that a beanie or a beret? A beret. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even know.
I think that was an Eagles fitted hat. It looked like it was an Eagles
right?
hat. Yeah,
That was
Eagles
that.
logo.
That was a.
I had the screenshot. Just Asha wanted the screenshot.
Yeah, that was a hat. Yeah, that's an eagle hat. Yeah, he was
But
dog.
I noticed you ain't following back though. It says follow back, so that means you ain't even following him.
Do you think I was gonna follow back with that pic? You think I was gonna follow that? I was gonna follow another man whose profile pic was that.
Hush, girl.
All I can hear is hush, Mike. What?
We silly.
So I put the, when people can't see, I put the phone away like I couldn't see. I was like,
What's going on here?
I almost texted you. I almost sent it to you. I said, I almost.
Yo, what your people's doing? Like, what's going on? What's going on? You need to check on them.
He took this pic at the 50th birthday. Is that this what was going on?
This what y'all doing?
It's baby oil. What's going on?
Oh,
all right, let me move this. How was your night last night? We get down.
Last night. What was last night? She said, "Don't start with my pro." Last night was Tuesday. BV.
China says she's not interested in me because I ain't in a relationship.
That's what she said. Wait, don't start with my pro. You were saying the other day.
You don't have your pickup anymore. You were saying, oh no, but it's nice. No, it's distracting in a good way, Mike. What you say? I don't want to be associated with this pic. No, I can't. I couldn't follow that back in just on man code for me, just for me. Just that's like if he had a shirt off. I can't follow nobody. Whose profile pic was that? Sexual, well done. Ah man, Doctor, that's DJ Major. That's our resident police officer.
Yeah, Mr. Fry. That's Cypher.
Cypher really don't even like the show. I don't know. I think he just hooked to the show. He ain't got nothing to do. I don't even think he liked the show. If you think you're lonely, if you think you're lonely now, wait until you sniff coke now.
Oh god. I'm about to say, who's clicking the link? Okay.
That's the thing about this link stuff. People just pop off for no reason. Like
I've been putting it out, but I think that's the doctor because we invite him. We told him he should come on every day. He's
who's the doc? Oh, Dr. Aaron. Oh yeah. Y'all got me on the river line. What are you talking about?
I guess she's dead.
Oh, okay. All right.
No,
I
I'm
can't-
not doing no reenactment again. I'm not getting caught up in that cipher boat. No.
I'll do it.
She trying to screenshot you, dude.
You trying to
I
screen? Oh, y'all need a screenshot.
I should play around.
Oh, y'all need a screenshot. Did I take it down too fast? No,
You took
I
it
give y'all.
down too fast.
Y'all want the music behind it? Y'all want the music behind it?
I don't want to be in that screenshot. Look. Get me out of that one. I'm way over here with it. You crop all that out. Ladies, what's good? He in Chicago. Mr. Fry stay on the road. He stay busy, ladies.
Mr. Fry talking. He talking slick. Talking about it's hot in these streets. Mr. What are you trying to use this as Tinder right here? So, Bobby, well, if you think you're lonely now, wait until the
Black Planet pick. I'm telling his wife. Yeah, how does his wife deal with that? I'm trying to do his little his thirst trap photos. I guess that was a thirst trap.
I just feel like joking today. I don't know how she deals with that after she hears us doing the show. Oh, you must catch all types of hell.
Like, you know they playing. It's a show.
You know they playing. You just slid it in some smoothly JB. I'm crying. Yeah, man, listen. Protest got hot last night. I stopped watching CNN. I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more.
The LA protest, the National Guard and the military deployed, and
I like the fact that other Marines, former Marines, are trying to tell the Marines that you're going against the Constitution and not and to stand down and not support it. I love
but
that.
Can they stand down if you took?
They're breaking the law. Their oath. They're going against the oath.
So there are people that's not going out there.
No, former Marines say you're going against the oath you took by doing this.
Oh, by going out to do it. But if you got a direct order from your boss, ain't that insubordination or something like? I don't know how all that works.
It is.
But
if they all do it, if they all say, "Nah, we ain't going."
But then your country needed you, and your president said to do this.
The country don't need you. That's why you're going to get your oath. You're attacking the country. You're going against the country.
I don't know how that works. Anybody in the military or former military, can you say no?
I'm telling you what the military people were saying. They was doing all. I should have brought the clip. They was doing all the lingo and everything like that. You're going against the oath that you took. It's not what Marines do. But is Aaron ready?
Let's come on. Yo,
I don't know
Smith,
if he's frozen.
He's in the car. You're in Georgia. You still driving?
Yeah, I'm in Georgia. I'm headed back today. I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't wait till you get back to your studios because I don't know what type of Wi-Fi they got out there. I don't know what they got. I don't know what your Wi-Fi is being affected by the tariffs.
Ice is working.
Ice is working.
They heard what I was talking about.
Yeah, they did.
What is that?
Yeah, they mentioned that too. It's breaking the law.
Yeah, what he said.
Whatever. My folks in LA are okay, but they got to go around the skirmish to get anywhere.
No, what Mike was saying, Dr. Smith, was can the military people go? You're going against your oath by going out there to doing what the president said. But I said, if you got direct orders from your sergeant or your lieutenant or captain, like, could you say no and not go out there? He froze.
Yeah, he froze. I'm telling you, he on his Wi-Fi is sponsored by ICE. I'm telling you.
Oh God! I just kick him from the studio. I'm gonna kick him out. He'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the Marines were saying. You're going against your oath and all the other good stuff. So what else happened? Did anything else happen last night? You do anything else? There are rumors that ICE is getting prepared for more riots. And there's things going on around the country. There was a debate. What?
Well, no, it's all. Lady Q be saying stuff she think I know, and then always say Mike don't know. Like, you know what BV stands for? BV.
It stands for a bunch of stuff, but BV, I wouldn't know. Just you got to tell me what you were talking about.
I don't even know what, but Lady Q, it's something with women and the B. I said, well, Mike don't know. I don't know. Mike don't know.
What about women? Is it?
I don't know. You're supposed to know what the term BV stands for. Talking about, hey, but every woman knows him. I said, Mike,
BV. Is that something that happens? That is something that goes on with their bodies? Is there a BV? Is there?
Ash student? Wait, I think a couple women do know.
Yes,
I think I just saw it in the comment.
Can we done review? Yes, we can. We've done.
It
Oh,
was some-
bacterial vaginosis.
that,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so yeah, but it was some story she's reading, and I'm like, who, what? And then I was like, I don't know that crap. And then you know, me and her, we just go off on.
Who caused some bacterial vaginosis?
It was some story that she was reading, and there was a debate online, and oh, never mind. We can forget that. Forget, you know, our ADD show. He's back. So, Dr. Smith, can the military not go out there and do what Trump asked them to do, or are they breaking an oath by going out there and doing what Trump asked them to do? Like, can they say no?
No.
They can't say no. They have to go out there.
No.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if he's answering you or if he's just saying no. I don't know.
No. But this thing, I don't know if you saw the announcement they just made about Marines defending their lives. They put an announcement out saying that they have the right to defend their lives, and they tried to detail the actions they could take. So they're literally creating the workarounds to the existing structure that really forbids them from intervening in domestic affairs as we speak. The issue is he's the commander-in-chief, and he's working on many fronts, consolidating as much power as possible to the executive branch. There's a constitutional crisis. He's the commander-in-chief. He's getting rid of anybody who might pose any threat to his, desires for tyranny and to stop even legal migration, because they mentioned that, especially Stephen Miller, even when he was in high school, he was telling Latino students to go back to your country and to speak English. This guy, Stephen Miller, who's like the right-hand man with Trump, who's, heading a lot of this stuff, he's been having these issues for like 25 to 30 years. This is what they've always wanted, this ethno-state, this white nationalism. The issue was when people were warning you. Imagine that America is Travis Hunter. When people were warning you was the time to do something. Now that you've got no prenup, and now that you've done bunny hopped all in the reception, there's not as much to talk about. So when I say no to you, Jay, I'm not saying no like the Marines should be intervening nationally. I get that. I'm not saying no like people don't have free will. I get that. I'm saying you had a million chances to stop this from happening. And now that literally people, you say, oh, don't say it when you're getting ushered to the camps. Don't say that when the troops are in the street. Well, guess what's happening today, Jay? Troops are in the street and people are getting ushered to all kind of camps and black sites and prisons overseas. So now is not the time to be like, maybe I could exercise my rights and free will as a... Nah. Now's the time to stay home and to stockpile food and to make sure your ammo's on point and stay out the way as much as possible and hope that some nut job does what he's supposed to do and, just hope that nature takes its course with some of these 80-year-old men and everything else. Like, now ain't the time to be having these theoretical debates about free will and what the Marines are really designated to do. They're already out there on the street.
Doug, now is the time for 20 million people to go to the Capitol and say he has to go. We're not leaving till he's gone. That's what has to happen.
Going to the Capitol will be a good move. Going to the Capitol will be good because once he has all his, he got everybody in LA, so go somewhere else. That's a good play. Now that everybody's in LA, you go somewhere else. You go to DC.
And that's what he's worried about.
The rest of us go to DC while everybody's in LA.
Because that's what he's worried. The dummy is worried about what's going to happen the 14th when they're supposed to have the protest in Washington against there is no king. And there needs to be 20 million people to coordinate to go there and say, we're not leaving until he's out this off. The regime is done. People, this is no longer America. The people that you laughed at, the countries that you laughed at when CNN would show you the footage of them overthrowing their government is now us. We are now in this situation, and I know I'm living in this comfortable place in South Jersey. I'm telling you, it won't be comfortable for too long, and I'm not wishing this upon me. I don't want this to happen, but it's going to touch everybody. They're going to be at your door at some point telling you have to move because of this, this, and that. So everybody better make themselves uncomfortable and get there, and that includes me. Just somebody telling me when I'm supposed to go. Because this is not going to happen by laws, people. This is not going to happen by the Supreme Court. This is not going to happen by these compromised Democrats. It's going to happen that people are willing to tear shit up. Now, I want it to be a peaceful protest, but I'm so tired of people saying, hey, you better do a peaceful protest, when that's not what they did January 6th. I'm so tired of following these rules that they never follow.
Yeah, because he said he worried about them. You're not gonna be spitting on cops, but yet you
Y'all
pardon all the
killed a
people.
cop.
Yeah, and you pardon them January 6th. So are you really worrying about people
Mhm.
spitting on cops? You know, is you really worried about the price of eggs? Like, you know, like it was a distraction.
And if y'all think life changed, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Dr. Smith, if y'all think life changed, if we go all home and get our ammunition together, we not built. The majority of us ain't built to do what it takes just to go home and get your ammunition together. We've never been trained like that. I got a 77-year-old father, a 75-year-old mom. What do you want me to do?
I should say,
I got
let's go.
3
Let's go.
daughters.
Boots on the
So if
ground.
y'all gonna, I've been saying this for months, and everybody's like, we got, fuck Cory Booker. You're compromised too.
They're talking about canceling our days off here and having us come to work early. So I guess they need the cops. They gotta get over. You're gonna get overtime. They need you. Power to the people.
And yes, those Marines, there are other Marines saying, read your oath. What you're doing, what the president is having you do, goes against the oath that you took for the country.
Oh yeah.
So at a certain point, everybody. That's why they tried to kill me when I say I can't understand why ICE agents would be of color. They are Latino ICE agents. They are Black ICE agents.
But if
you're working for this regime.
If your master sergeant says, Mike, you need to do this, and you say no, aren't you now? They consider you AWOL or you fired. Like, don't you get court-martialed if you don't go? Like, I'm trying to understand that. Like, those people in those situations, those military people, they get caught up, right? They can't
I'm not going back. If I'm from California, can you imagine how many military people are now going back to California who are going to sit there and they're being used because what they really want is something to happen so the Marines have to do something. That's what Trump really wants.
Oh yeah.
He wants that something to happen so the
martial
Marines
law.
actually
He wants martial law.
Because if the Marines have to act, his constituency, his regime, they're going to cheer. Look, we're killing them now. And you got to decide. I'm not saying it's easy. None of this is easy. This is incredibly complicated. But it ain't complicated as this. You either take the check or you go to jail.
So you telling people should go to jail. You should stand on it. And
killing your people. Yes, that's where we're at.
Now, if only one person is doing that, but everybody else not, like, I think it needs to be the unity, because I think that's where it gets fair, because that individual is worrying about his wife and his kids, right? He has a job. So he had to take care of his family. So if he stands on these principles, which makes total sense, I mean, he's the only one. Like, it needs to be that lock arm unity. We all going down. That's all. That's not what's happening.
And that's what needs to happen. And that's why I get so mad at y'all when y'all let a damn double agent like Snoop Dogg get a fucking icon award at the BETs. And y'all gonna be like, what they got to do with anything? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all let this dude play in your face and then get an icon award months later. Y'all were more mad at Will Smith smacking Chris Rock than y'all were at Snoop Dogg working for Trump. God, I was in a good mood a few seconds ago.
I just want to know if they can stand down.
People,
but you're but.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying there does come a point, because to what Mike is saying, there does come a point where inaction and compliance is traitorous and treasonous. There does come a point where we're talking about life and death situations and people do need to choose sides. Because yes, normally, like I said, 3 years ago, maybe the Snoop conversation is debatable and people can have, like you said, 30 years. When people are outside on the street with tanks and guns, it's no longer debatable. When people outside that building that Snoop supported, the man who called the troops outside that building, are shooting people with rubber bullets which have blinded people recently, right? That's not the time to be giving any awards or even affiliating yourself or platforming or promoting anybody who's associated, because now we've reached a life and death situation. Before it was a discussion. It's not a discussion when people have tanks. People who say when the tanks are in the street, you can't say that when the tanks are in the street. The tanks are in the street. Yes, you're right. It's no more awards. It's no more, but he made good music. No more that should be the case. But to my earlier point, the fact that we're still on that type time is why I emphatically said to you, Jay, no. And I saw the comment about we can reject lawful orders. You know who else can reject lawful orders? United States citizens. When we get pulled over the side of the road, we all have the right to reject lawful orders, but we know what'll happen if we do. So like Jay was saying, we gotta weigh it with reality and the process we'll go through for standing on our rights. So yes, every time I get pulled over, I have the right to not give my ID. I can show it at the glass. I can roll my window down 3 inches. But guess what? I've seen windows broken. I've seen people shot for reaching for the ID like Philando Castile. So just like those Marines out on the street right now feeling all conflicted with their guns in their hand, we go through the same thing every day as black people. We have rights, but we know sometimes there's a price and a cost to enforce them and invoke them and exercise them. So I hear what the guy's saying with the military experience, but let's also look at the fact that 700 Marines didn't do none of that just yesterday and flew their asses right down to LA and got their guns standing right outside, and they know their rights just as good as everybody else. Like Jay said, if y'all ain't gonna stand up, what the hell am I gonna stand up for? Just to be in Guantanamo Bay tomorrow in some black site whisked away with all my credentials snatched and all my money gone, my family starving and not know where I'm at? I hope I don't have to kill anybody. But in the meantime, unless, like Mike said, unless enough people stand up who have nothing to lose, who have the training, we don't need everybody, just a critical mass, right? Luigi Mangione was one person. Timothy McVeigh was one person. 9/11 was a terror cell of less than 30 people. Let's not act like these militias that train on these farms that have been waiting to war with black people, they just decided to turn their energy toward Trump, can't cause some real problems. There's 30 or 40 white supremacists right now. They found one guy with 2,000 effing guns in his house recently. Pipe bombs and everything. When they were sending arsenic to all the politicians back in the day, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, remember sending arsenic in the mail? And they got, remember that? Yeah, they were sending envelopes with powder in it and all that. There's a lot of ways. Yeah, anthrax here. There's a lot of ways. But like Mike is saying, it takes people to really go there. But I'm telling you, there already are people with 3 strikes who have 15 deployments, who can't get their VA benefits, who are damn near suicidal and homeless, who fought in wars. There's people out there who already got 9 bodies like King Vaughn. There's people out there who all they need to do is get politicized and radicalized. That was the danger of the Black Panthers, like Spook sat by the door. Take these people, these YNs that are already ready to crash out, and just tell them, crash over there. Stop crashing on each other. If a few of y'all just go crash over there, you'll change the whole world. You can probably save the nation. You're shooting every night anyway. I heard there's a parade coming up. Well, let me not talk too much.
Well, there's a parade, and that's what he's worried about.
Shout out to Kennedy.
He's already said they're going to deal with anybody who protests this parade in a very aggressive way. And I'm telling you, you can say whatever you want, and I can't stand these folks who did it. But January 6th, they went all in. And guess what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
That's a holiday to them.
Yeah.
That's a holiday now.
Shout out to John F. Kennedy. Shout out to John F. Kennedy. Parade coming up. Shout out to John F. Kennedy. Shout out to John F. Yeah. Parade coming up. All it takes is one. And I don't think people even understand. I remember there was a military guy, he was saying, I could shoot you from 6 blocks away.
No,
sniper. He said, I can shoot you from 6 blocks away.
That
beast armored car. You remember Obama got out and was shaking hands during the parade? He said, I could shoot you from 6 blocks away. You can't stop me. This ain't Butler, PA, one little teenager on the roof. If he was basically saying, if I want to do it, now after that, a different story. Like Chris Dorner said the same thing. That guy remember the guy that went crazy, the black guy who started killing all the cops? He said, I was the best shot. Y'all know how I get down. He said it's going to be asymmetrical warfare, meaning you're not going to know where it's coming, and I'm going to go for every target. That's why he was shooting people's girlfriends down in the parking lot. All it takes is 1 or 2 people that have training that say, I'm not playing, and I'm already done. I've already checked out. And now it's going to be a problem. Chris Dorner caused so much hell for 20-something days, killing people. They were going on dates, Mike. They were leaving restaurants. He was shooting them and their girlfriends.
The soldiers.
So people act like that's the thing about a bully. Unarmed.
No. The soldiers are unarmed. They have guns with 0 rounds and magazines. Those that know. Listen, I want this show to be.
I don't know about that.
Listen.
He's saying
agree, disagree.
I just
nobody on the ground has live ammunition. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the thing and these are the Democrats that are the failure. You're the failure, Democrats. We know that wasn't a real assassination attempt, but you were scared to say it. Number one, we know that wasn't a real assassination attempt, but you wouldn't say it. You were scared. You wouldn't say it. We know that wasn't real. We know that wasn't real. We also know this election was rigged from the door, and y'all were scared to say it. Now, on the flip side, put the same situations on the flip side, and they would have came out and said it.
Oh, Mr. Fry standing on it. He said he know for sure there ain't no rounds in them bullets, in no magazines. That's what he said.
No, I'm saying in the magazines, in the weapons they're firing, yes, we all see that and agree with that. But if you think there's no backup weapon, you're the serviceman. You think nobody has anything in their ankle, in their waistband. Really? Like, really? They're out on the street with burning cars and rioters. You think trained military personnel all just went out there with a bunch of rubber bullets only? Only? There's nobody on the rooftop then? Like, let's not. There's America. There's America, the one that kills tens of millions of people. The one that had people on the rooftop for the 1 Million Man March ready to shoot us down and had tanks underground in tunnels. You really? They're not ready to kill, though? They're not ready to kill within a minute's notice? Like, let's not play semantics. Okay, well, it's not on my waistband, but somebody's on the roof. They're ready to kill people. It's the United States military, the most effective, capable killing machine in the history of humankind. I'm not doing this because you got stripes. I'm not doing this. That's stupid. The one that killed 90 million Native Americans and 5 million Africans and all that. No. It's all rubber bullets. So if I just walked down the street and started with an AR shotgun automatic and started mowing them down, nobody would shoot me because they all got rubber bullets. Let's not do this, man. Are you an agent? Like, what are we doing? Don't play with me, man. Don't play with me.
No, when things get too serious, we now have something else to break everything. We now have something else to break the.
Yeah, ask Trendsetter. Trendsetter said he did 4 years. Did you ever have only rubber bullets? Ask Trendsetter if he only had rubber bullets ever when he went somewhere. Ask Trendsetter, did you ever get deployed anywhere with only rubber bullets?
Trendsetter,
bring him up, please, Trendsetter. Tell the truth. Did you ever get deployed somewhere with only rubber bullets? Laser tag. Did you ever get sent to play laser tag? That's what we're talking about, man.
Disrupted by the armor, not in the war zone. Y'all need to calm down. The police is the only one armed. Sarge, I don't know when you did it. I don't know what. Hey, I'm not.
Trendsetter said no.
So the guy next to me got live ammunition. Yeah, he said no, sir. Trendsetter said no, sir. The guy next to me. So the cop has live ammunition, but the Marine doesn't. The street cop who only needs 20 credits of college and in graduate high school, hey, he got live ammunition. But the trained Marine, who's arguably the best of all the military, with exception of Black Ops and Black, he doesn't have. Okay, so I'm a Marine with rubber bullets, but the local beat cop got live rounds. Okay. Sometimes I gotta know when not to engage. Next topic, Mike. He got
well, when things get
role
serious,
playing. The Marines are role playing.
Well, when things get serious, we have a new way to break up the tension. This
You got a new way.
This is Coco's profile.
Yeah, break that up, please.
This is Coco's profile pic now.
That's from his debut album, Hush Girl.
Hush Girl. That's Coco.
Wait, is that real?
That's real. That's real, son.
That's a real profile pic.
You got an album?
That's
Oh,
what
about
we
to
say.
Hush Girl.
What's the name of the album? Hold on, what's the name of the album?
It's called Hush Girl.
Hush Girl. It's called Hush Girl.
Hush.
He said,
Hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Hush.
He was mentored by the 2024 D'Angelo. And
Don't do cipher like that.
I'll be back, but I gotta catch a flight.
I'll be back.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry. I'll be back. I gotta catch a flight. Coast Scruggs, more love, Coast Scruggs. Not the two fingers, though. You know that's how you get germs. The best way to get germs is touching everything and putting your hands near your mouth or in your mouth. Oh, I'm a germaphobe. Look at that picture. I need some hand sanitizer, right? Where your fingers been? Putting your fingers all in your mouth. Go.
all
right, well, we carry all. Look at. Trendsetter said we carried all live ammo. Yeah. I wish an N-word would tell me you go out there, but you take a fake gun. You take rubber bullets.
No, keep it.
You might catch a real bullet telling me that.
No, keep it going. This dialogue we need to hear.
No,
Mr. Fry said no. Oh, he's back. Let's see what he said.
Yeah, don't do the conspiracy. We need to trust our people on the inside. Stop quit. Oh, you lost me with that.
We need to
Oh, you
trust our
you don't went full he went full COINTELPRO on me. He don't went full COINTELPRO. Wait, trust. Wait, what? Let me tell you what I'm not gonna do.
Sorry, I got love for you, sorry, but
Trust.
when you say we gotta trust the people on the inside, stop questioning us. They do that they do and done this. You want us to trust the same military that planted the crack in California?
Oh God.
That
You went left with that one, Mr. Fry.
you
went
want
left
us to
with
trust
that
the
one.
military that was having a war in Nicaragua and was actually lying to the country, saying that there wasn't a war going on, and the President Ronald Reagan. Okay, all right, hey, hush.
They
hey,
laughing
hey.
at the album. They laughing at my first album. It's called
Let's get back to this.
Fearless. Cheer. Oh, back to both worlds. Cheer.
I just said the second drop is called Tender Kisses. All right, so you got a new joint called Tender
Hush
Kisses.
Girl and Tender Kisses.
Hush Girl, Tender
Oh,
Kisses.
it's a remix of the old joint. Tender kisses.
Oh.
Away.
Hush Little Baby.
Hush, little baby.
He's doing cover songs too. He has a cover band
don't
out.
you cry.
He has a cover band out singing
Oh,
"Let Me
God.
Look You Up and Down." Yeah, he's doing covers. He's
And
doing
down
covers.
till you say hush.
All right, stop. Let's get to this segment. I want to get to this segment almost on time, and we're 6
Okay.
minutes late. All right, it's time. It's time. She's here. Every time she comes here, she gets
Jeremy Kisses. I'm sorry. Jeremy Kisses is hilarious though.
All right,
Jeremy Kisses. Jeremy
All
Kisses.
right,
Okay.
all right.
We got an intro.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here's the thing with Amani. Now, Amani, the floor is yours.
All right.
The callers was here for the ignorant.
All right. Good morning, Monty. Good morning. What's going on there, Monty? What's I see you got the whole thing up in the back. She's promoting the TikTok and all right, y'all, chill with the comments. Chill. We're not getting any more R&B songs. We have to get to the segment. We have to be professional. Amani, the floor is yours. Go get it.
Okay, so here's the thing. What would you do? Walking Dead edition. Okay.
Oh.
So I've been back into The Walking Dead. If you don't know what The Walking Dead is, it is about the zombie apocalypse. Whole world has come to an end. Shit's hit the fan. Sums it up. So, as a parent, I know it's really hard to figure out what to teach your child, what not to teach your child, and how to go about it. And this clip that we're gonna play is gonna play into our whole niche.
Keep talking, because I thought I had it here, and for some reason it's not here now. Wait.
I'll give some background while you find.
Go ahead, give me some background. Go ahead.
In a serious situation like the apocalypse, how would you, as a parent, go about your child struggling to understand that zombies are not people and that you will have to kill living, breathing people and things to survive? I'm not a parent, but as I watch the show, I continuously ask myself this question on how you would deal with your child not being psychologically built for a scenario like this. And now we just got to wait for the clip, guys. But while we're at it, good morning. How are you?
Oh, no, y'all gonna really have to give me a minute, because it was right there and now it's not there. For those who don't know,
always right there.
The Walking Dead was a big topic in my family. I didn't know how deep my children were into this, but all right, I didn't know.
I never watched The Walking Dead.
Watch it. Not Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead.
You know, zombies is fake. Like, what are we talking? Like,
but is it though?
I'm about to say, you never been to Kensington?
for those in Philly, no. Yeah, those are different kind of zombies.
That's the real zombies. That really is.
Philly taking shots. It is.
The Walking Dead, Trank Dope edition.
But you never know. What if it could happen?
What if it could happen?
What if it could happen? What if the government is over here messing with stuff, chemicals, all this, that, and the third, all these viruses, and they accidentally polluted into the air like they do everything else, and boom, zombie invasion.
Elon Musk is trying to put chips in people's heads with Neuralink. So if people get chips in their head and the chip go left or something.
When we do watch this clip and you are thinking about your answer, I really need you to believe that you're
Okay.
in the apocalypse right now,
I'm gonna
just
try to
so
put
we can
myself in that
get like
mindset.
the real gist of the question.
I'm
So
gonna
this-
go with
because
it.
It's
Just
gonna
believe
get
you in LA.
serious.
I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me. I'm sorry.
You just look at the flowers, Lizzie.
All right. So, in this clip, to give everybody some background, the lady Carol is having to make the decision to kill the little girl Izzy due to Izzy believing that zombies are friends and not the enemy, and she goes ahead and kills her younger sister Mika, trying to prove that when she comes back, she will be a friend and not an enemy. She also tries to attempt to kill the baby in the group to coincide with this point that she has. As a parent, what would you do if you realized your child was psychologically unstable in such a terrible situation as a zombie apocalypse? The question also goes for parents of serial killers and murderers and things of that sort. But overall, what would you prioritize your child's innocence or their survival? And would you be able to disconnect as a parent to be the best parent in this scenario? And that's the thing.
Whoa, that's the question.
That's the go. Yeah, and go.
Dr. Aaron Smith, you go. 'Cause
Well, no, I wouldn't actively harm my child, but I would definitely consider institutionalizing. It'd be difficult to snitch. Separation wouldn't be a problem though. I would get myself up out of there. You ain't gonna kill me, you know. But,
Right.
but if I thought that people was really getting threatened,
about like literally we're in the zombie apocalypse. You are in The Walking Dead. The dead people are arising and are walking in the streets, and your child believes that they are a friend and not foe, so much to a point where they're killing living things to try to prove that when they become this dead person, everything is smooth.
well, go be friends with the zombies then. But I'm out. Yeah. You know, parents say go live with them. Then you're not in my house, right? You want to be a zombie lover, like when they try to interracial dating. You want to be a zombie lover? Not in my house.
So what? Okay, so now I get the gist of it. The kid really believes that the zombies who are endangering their lives are really friends and not zombies.
Yes, she believes that they are people and just different.
And we're in the zombie world. I don't even know how I don't know how Monty got us in the mix of this, but we're in the zombie world. We're in The Walking Dead, and you're asking me what am I going to do if one of my kids, I have 3 daughters, if one of my daughters thinks that those zombies who I know are going to kill us are friends.
Right.
What do I do to the daughter that's doing it?
Yes. But also remember, I killed one of the twins to prove the point that when she comes back, you just have to wait and see. Like I can show you that it'll be fine. You just have to give me like a second and let her turn.
Well, Monty, I hope you're not the one who did it, because you gotta go. Because you gotta go. Like, we had
killing family members to prove a point.
You killed one of the. Monty took us to The Walking Dead.
You have to really think about it. Like, she had to shoot that little girl because she realized she is a danger. Like, I need everybody to really, like, we're in it right now. The world has ended. Civilization has collapsed. Okay? And you're about to have to harm one of your children in this world because they just can't fit into this world. Whether it's because they're crazy like her or they just are not built to learn to survive. Are we prioritizing innocence or survival?
We got to we're animals. At the end of the day, we're just a species. And you have to prioritize survival. Listen, this goes back to a story that we had where Jay Black was like, he would never call the cops. And Aaron Smith said he would never call the cops on his son. A son got the iPad taken away and he viciously destroyed the house and destroyed the entire house. And they said they wouldn't call the cops. And I said, yeah, he got to go. And they were like, I would never put my son in that situation. That is my family having to be prioritized for survival. I have to prioritize survival for the rest of the family. And guess what? That's what sucks being the leader of the family. You have to make those decisions that people aren't gonna like. So yeah, somebody got to go. Especially if the zombies. I can't believe I'm talking about zombies. Especially if the zombies. you got to understand. Jay Black is disgusted right now. He's so mad that he's so disgusted. He's like, because when he's not into something, he don't know nothing about The Walking Dead. But in my opinion, you got to go. That's my answer. Your Afro Queen says you're not innocent when you're offering others to prove a point. You got to go. So Afro Queen said you got to go.
I mean, I hope that when it comes, if that day ever comes, which I believe that it will, everybody stands on business.
Where do you believe this is gonna happen? Where do you believe this is gonna happen?
I believe 101,000% that the zombie invasion can happen. I thought it was gonna happen when Ebola happened. I thought it was gonna happen when Corona came. I truly believe in everything in me that there's some shape, way, or form where the government is messing with bacteria and viruses and all this, that, and the third. And one day something's going to accidentally expose into the air and boom, dead people come back. And that's not far-fetched at all. Because the way these shows be telling us what goes on. And they had a whole episode with the CDC, and that's exactly what it was. An airborne disease that kills your whole brain except for the stem of your brain, which is what keeps you functioning as this thing.
Well, a lot of people will tell you that's what COVID was meant for. It was meant to do stuff like that, and also get us in the house so they can properly lock us down so they can start their plan to control us after that. Listen, here's the thing. I can't say it's far-fetched anymore. Exactly. I can't say anything's far-fetched anymore. You. I don't know if they're going to be actual zombies. I don't think it's going to be actual zombies, but I think it's going to be that type of plan. And I think the plan's already in effect. But go ahead, Doctor. You got anything else to say before we wrap up?
No. I think that is the stumbling block is the term zombies, because I do agree. Everything she's saying does make perfect sense, and people are in the works to do very similar things to what's being described. But we just have a connotation of zombies that goes so far into imagination and fantasy historically that we can't make that logical leap between things that have happened and things that could happen in the future and the imaginary world. But that's why science fiction is so vital and so important, because usually these viruses and these military capabilities are light years ahead of what the average person knows about, right? In the Pentagon, they were working on some of the stuff we're seeing today 20 and 30 years ago. So for us to really even put ourselves in position to really understand reality, we really do have to invoke our imagination, because what we see right now is not even close to what they really have capabilities of doing and what's really going on, right? One lady said that they were doing gene splicing, and she saw like combinations of humans and animals and everything, and she ended up with psychological problems, like watching them mess with genes and impregnate sheep with men's. But like, she was there in those kind of laboratories and she was talking about it, and it's like people would never imagine that nobody would be doing that every day while they go to work. But she's like, no, the things that you can't imagine are the things that are happening. So you got to start with your imagination to even have a chance to understand what the real threat is or what the future could be like.
At the end of the day, zombies are real. They will come one day. Everybody be very prepared. I have another topic, so please get my clip ready, sir.
What other topic?
I said this last week. The girls, the video, the pink video. The girls, I'll send it again.
We're going off the deep end. Go ahead. Let me see.
That wasn't off the deep end, that the zombies exist? Okay, all right. If that wasn't the deep end.
I'm saying, well, Jay. You could call them crackheads. You could call them crackheads. You could call them Kensington night walkers, day walk. Like, there's a lot of names for people who do the exact same thing. Their frontal lobe is not functioning. All they want to do is get high and harm people. There's people who are Night of the Living Baseheads. Remember that? Jay, I know Mike knows it. Public Enemy. Night of the Living Baseheads. They're walking around like zombies. They were literally out of it. They were on crack every hour of the day and night, walking around, not knowing where they were or where coming or going. They were willing to harm people, rob people, everything. Like, you could. So if you don't call them zombies, they still existed. People were walking around out of it, ready to do evil. Right? They were looking creepy and decrepit.
One day people are going to die and they're going to come back, and we're going to have to deal with it. But on to my next topic. Here's the thing. Sleeping with older people as a minor is not cool. I can't believe I'm sitting here having to have this conversation in 2025 right now. even though we are aware of how traumatizing it is he about to come? Oh, hold on. Even though we are aware of how traumatizing it is for a child to be abused by an adult, especially sexually, we still have people praising this sick predatory behavior. So play the clip, Michael Sean.
Oh, that's where you're going with this one. Oh, okay. Oh, because I was like, I just saw it. I said, we're going all the way to what? Let me see. Oh, damn it.
Wrong clip. Whoa. He said, hush. He said, hush that topic.
Hush, little baby.
Little baby. Oh.
Let me see if I got it. Let me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Before I play it, and go ahead, Monty. Lead it.
Oh, well, I already did my thing. You missed it.
And this predatory behavior, I didn't know where Monty. I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep my square up for this one. Go ahead. Here we go.
How do you know you have good coochie? I know I got good coochie because it's been years that I had good coochie. When I was younger, I didn't know. But then as I got older, I was like, oh, yeah, that's why them niggas is acting like that. That's why I'm getting harassed. That's why I got to put restraining orders out on niggas. Yeah. That's why phones is getting broken. Niggas chasing me down, want to shoot by this pack. I knew that.
I knew I had good coochie when I was 15.
You was fucking every good thing.
I was fucking a 27-year-old at 15.
Bitch, what?
And that's when I knew the coochie was good. How do you know you have good coochie?
Okay. First of all, I made a TikTok and a reel about this. Go like it. That's not good coochie. That is traumatized coochie, victimized coochie, preyed on, abused coochie. Okay? Which I don't even like using that word, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Yes, you are a victim, 100%, and you probably have been brainwashed, but once you have a platform and somewhere to speak where people are listening to you and looking to you for your opinions and how you view things, you start talking like this I'm not okay with it anymore. Being ignorant to your own trauma is a you problem, but a huge one, especially when you decide not to deal with it properly. You're sending out the message to other people and young children that this in some way this is okay or cool. I know that times have changed and these things used to be looked at differently, but the same way everybody can't just smoke in a hospital and kids have to wear a seatbelt in the car is the same way older generations need to open their eyes, because passing down a message like this to a child is one of the most dangerous things that you could do. We really need to focus on how to break these generational curses instead of trying to find a way to make them sound cool. And that's the thing.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I have the applause ready for you. I didn't know where you were going with this when I saw it, but listen. I've been trying to, it's crazy. I don't know if Monty, I don't know. You don't know what your kids pick up from you. I've been trying to tell these people how sick this society is. I've been trying to say this in music. I've been trying to say what we've normalized, how sick this is. And this young lady literally got up here and said at 15, she knew she had good stuff because a 27-year-old was knocking her down. And I kept trying to tell people, and I apologize for my part that I played in promoting stuff that I promoted on the radio. I apologize and said, that was my bad. That was my ignorance. But and Monty, I'm just repeating what you said, so I apologize. What we've done now is normalizing that a young lady, like Monty said, has not handled the trauma of a 27-year-old grooming and preying on her. And now what this is turning into is exactly what these perverts want. They want to normalize this shit. What these people want is to normalize something like this. And the first thing they have to do in order to normalize is get the victims to actually use it as if it's a prop, as if it's a good thing, as if it's a compliment, as if what I had was so good. Look, a 27-year-old broke the law and actually traumatized me for the rest of my life. That's all I got to say about it. And I appreciate the fact that somebody who's 21 years old actually sees this shit. And I thank God.
If the victim doesn't see it as being a victim, how does that play out different? Like if she doesn't look at it as that and she feels she's fine.
That's just not, that's what the manipulation, the grooming, the brainwashing, that's what plays into it. That's why you have children who don't say things or don't go to nobody or you have a lot of people who are sexually abused and start to, there's a different word for it, but fall in love with their abuser because they genuinely think nobody will ever love them because they're damaged goods because somebody already took them and ruined them. So who else could want them except for the person who did it? But it's a part of the grooming. If you grow up in a situation, that's why. And me and my brother spoke about this yesterday. I watched a documentary with a pedophile who was locked up for the rest of his life, explaining exactly what it is that he looked for in his victims. And those things were very specific. Number one, single parent households. Number two, parents who were very caught up in their work, caught up in life, too all over the place to pay attention to little small details. So maybe that parent who's constantly on the phone while their child's at the park. Children who are allowed to play outside by themselves or go to the park with friends alone. And children who they knew did not have fatherly figures around. Those were their main things that they looked for. So what they're looking for is a child with no stability, a child with no type of environment for them to even have the thought process, hey, this is wrong. A child who's basically been left to be independent as a child. So as an adult, you can come and make this child believe whatever you want them to believe. Your kids believed in Santa Claus. I did.
So it's the parents' fault, you saying then? Because the parents supposed to protect it. Because looking at Q, she said her 18-year-old dad knocked up her 12-year-old mother.
And it does come down to parents, to parenting, because as I said, with what the pedophile said, clearly when you're not a parent who pays attention to every little thing, you are looked at as the go-to. That's the better option. Because these pedophiles don't want to actually have an encounter with you. They don't actually want to have a problem. They don't want to get caught, clearly. So they're choosing people who come from weak, structured households to slither their way into it and now cause this divide. You already don't pay attention. So now I have this child over here who's just going to continue to go play, and you don't even know what's happening. So yeah, I will say in a lot of circumstances, parents are not paying attention, but there are also circumstances where parents are okaying this. I mean, Kylie Jenner was like 15 or something, dating Tyga, who was 20 in his 20s. You're 15. That's like you're a freshman in high school. You just got out the 9th grade.
All
right,
go ahead, Mike.
Let me give you two things, and I'm gonna get to her comment, Miss Clark's comment, because I hate when people, not you, Miss Clark, but that comment is said a lot, and it really pisses me off because society really believes this. Number one, this is why I have such a problem with the boots on the ground. This is why I have such a problem with 30-year-olds driving 4 hours to go hug a 4-year-old. That's number one. Number two, when Miss Clark says, I know a lot of 15-year-old, very mature girls or young ladies. Let me explain to you something. As much as y'all push that, they're not. They're not. What they are is they happen to experience something because women have periods at such a young age. You guys put this on that because they experienced that they are mature. They are not mature. They just happen to go through something physiologically that they have to actually learn something that's the mature thing. But the mentality is still young and naive. There is nothing mature. Just because you dress these 15 and 16-year-olds up like they're mature doesn't mean they're mature. Just because you have them dance like they're 30 years old doesn't mean they're mature. Number three, another thing with why this goes on, because the parents have gone through the same thing. Everybody here went to a high school where sophomores were getting picked up by 24 and 25 years old after high school. So the mom don't even think, and they thought they were popping. This is back in the 80s when they thought it was popping. Dudes who were sophomores watch their girlfriends leave them for
You just said that, and that's what Q just said.
My father actually waited outside my mother's Catholic school, middle school. So this is so when Monty says to break this curse, this is so ingrained in our culture, but we don't want to talk about it. Don't nobody want to talk about the young girls. Don't nobody want to talk about the nasty ass uncle. Everybody just says stay away from the uncle. Don't nobody want to address it. And he still gets invited. Just like I know a person who was sexually assaulted by her mother's boyfriend. They were all living together. Do you know the mother didn't break up with him for another year? For another year.
How do you know that? I guess they was married at 16, Mike. So some people you are mature enough.
Can I
How
respond
do you know
to
that? Go ahead. Respond to it.
I know that. Well, first of all, I'm 21, so I am the closest to anybody on here to being 16 or 17 years old.
Easy.
And the same way that you, just because you do something does not make you built for it or ready for it. You can get pregnant at a very young age, but every person who's had a child, majority of people who've had children under the age of 18 and lower end up having to go, it's more serious, their prenatal care and whatnot, because yes, you have a period and you're ovulating, but your body's not fully built to actually carry this child and birth them naturally. And so that creates a lot of health issues and whatnot. So like I said, just because it can be done does not mean that it is right. And being married at 16 years old, I think a lot of people sometimes forget where they were at 16. I was always mature for my age. Doesn't mean that I need to be married at 16 years old. My grandmother was married at 19, 18, and to this day will tell me, yeah, at the time I thought I was so ready and mature for it, but then as you get older, you realize you didn't know nothing. You just knew what you were being told or what was to be done. In society, you were told to get married at a young age, to settle down at a young age, because by 25, you're old and decrepit and nobody wants you. So what are you going to do? Abide by society and get married at that age. If you look, but that's because every society prepared women to be like that at a certain point in time. But realistically, in any shape, way, or form, to condone a grown man, what would a grown man, anybody 18 or over, want to do psychologically with a minor? Make it make sense. That's like the senior. I realized in high school, the senior who wants the freshman is the guy who none of the other senior girls want. Why? Because you're a weirdo.
Ash says he is currently on my bookshelf. We have never.
So she's talking about her dad. So her dad, they were never close, but I guess he passed away, and she had to handle everything as the next of kin. So you had issues with your dad knowing this growing up, that because he courted your mom. Because I guess when he was 38, your mom was 32. That was different. But you had issues with your dad. That's interesting to me, because that's still your dad, right? Like,
it is still your dad, but that's like if your dad goes and kills some people or rapes a whole bunch of people, that's still your parent. You don't got a choice.
That's deep.
It was wrong.
Because at what age do you know that? And then it's like, well, if they still together or were they not together? Like, what was the other, like? Because I don't know. That's tough.
I listen.
The age.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the age you know it is the age you start doing math, because the child's gonna start counting after a while. Be like, how old is mom? How old is dad? How old am I? If y'all my real parents, then I understand everything. I could just count. And, yeah. If I'm 12 and mom is 12 years older.
Right.
Yeah.
Lady Q was telling me something about Marcus Houston too, watching the BET Awards. She said, no, he's a pedophile. He groomed that girl, his wife or whatever. They married, but he groomed her, and I guess she was
19, and he was like 39. She was 19. Something. He knew it before that. They said, but he knew her before that. They said.
But it's like people forget about Stockholm syndrome. People forget that people kidnap people and literally mess up their brains and their mental. I think us as humans, when we're in a good mental space, we forget how weak your mental can actually be and how badly somebody can mess up your mentality and how you think. And there are people who have been kidnapped for years who don't say anything and don't even try to run, because Stockholm syndrome is a real psychological thing. You truly believe this person. Now this person has gotten you to believe they love you, they care about you, and they are for you.
Was Mary young? True. Is Ms. Clark trying to say that God had Mary at a young age? I don't know the Bible. I don't know what Ms. Clark.
Yeah, you really don't, because nobody technically.
Oh, that ain't what they say. I don't know what she's trying to say.
Nobody.
I don't know.
From the story, nobody.
I'm gonna bring up a point that Michael brought up.
Break it up a little bit.
That Michael brought up last week when we were having the trans conversation. Just because something is done or has been done or is done here and there doesn't make it right. Just because we're taking stories and taking all these examples, you still can't sit here and tell me that if your 16 or 15-year-old came to you, you're telling me and said, this grown man wants to be with me, wants to have sexual relationships with me, wants to marry me, and you're going to say, well, that's what Jesus did. That's what the Heavenly Father did. That my grandmother was married at that age. Y'all have to learn to grow and develop. That is what time is about. Developing, learning, going outside of what is right and what is wrong. Like, how can we make this debate? Like, if you do that, then white people can sit here and say, oh, well, slavery was a thing and it was working out and they was feeding the people and it was this and they was that.
Let me read these comments. Let me read these comments. Yeah, most
You
people.
said she wasn't close to her dad. He never tried to come around, but so she still handled the services and arrangements though, even though they wasn't close. It's still biological. That's her dad, and she did what she needed to do.
And let me just back to Miss Clark. Said, how do I know they're not mature enough? Listen, this is the thing about this mature for a 16-year-old. We know if I am 28 years old, I know I've been through something. I know the playbook that you've never experienced, so I can manipulate the hell out of you. I don't care how mature you are or supposedly how mature you are. You're about to walk into a situation. Here's my example. Kobe Bryant went into the NBA at 17 years old. He struggled, but he had all the talent. He could do all the things the other basketball players were doing. He could jump as high as them. He could shoot like them, but he struggled when he first came into the league. Because maturity is a big difference from actually exercising, knowing something and being able to understand the environment that you're now in. You're now in a league with a bunch of grown men, so things change. You don't know anything till you go through it. You can act as if you're capable of doing what a 25-year-old does. You don't know until you have to do it. And a 16-year-old shouldn't be forced to have to do it at 16. So stop using this word mature, because what y'all do is y'all put this fake thing on a 16-year-old that makes them believe that they're prepared to take on things that they've never been through before, that they don't even know the consequences to. I say this all the time about young people. They have all this information, but they don't know any of the consequences. They know how to do everything, but they've never experienced the consequences. And that's a big deal when you haven't experienced the consequences. And the consequences mentally can screw you up for our lifetime. For our lifetime. When you would get, especially when you would get involved with somebody sexually. There are things that happen to people sexually that changes you. You don't even know you've been changed. You don't even know your perception of women have changed. You don't even know why you treat women a certain way. You did because of what happened when you were 15 and 16, what you saw, and then what you experienced prematurely before you were supposed to. You don't even know what the importance of sex really is. You just think it's cardio. You just think it's something to do for an orgasm. That's all you know is what the feeling is. You don't know anything about the actual mental fuck up that happens to a lot of women when somebody uses them for that situation and moves on and they thought something else of it. It seems so cliche. Oh, she got her heart broken. No, she got her mind played with.
Yeah, you
and
see
all
Q's comment?
my mother has never been right mentally after having him.
After
And
having her.
after having, well, yeah, mentally after
So I
having
guess
me.
at 12, yeah.
After having me. After having me. And I'll tell you another thing. The stories that go on with young men and babysitters, and everybody is a random joke. I don't know if people your age, Monty, have these jokes, because a lot of babysitters, well, you were a babysitter, but these random jokes that guys used to have. I remember when my babysitter did this to me. I remember my babysitter did this to me. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of crazy stories, and I've told guys straight up at a club, at an event, you're a victim.
You're a victim because your mindset, when somebody makes you feel that, your mindset becomes, I just want to feel that again. That's all you're thinking, is that's what I want to feel again. You're not thinking about innocence that's been taken. You're not thinking about it has now readjusted you sexually. You're not thinking of the focus it's put in your mind now. And what happens is we launch all these young men who go through that with no training, with no talking, with no therapy, and they launched us all into a world of getting into relationships with women. And then we wonder why.
So the legal age is 15 for Pennsylvania. You no more than 4 years older than you can consent to sex at 15. At 16, you're good to go. So if you're 15, no more than 4. So if somebody's 19, you're good. Is that grooming? 19 and 15? So like if you're looking at the legal ages, I'm just going by what Google, the legal ages.
No, but I also think that there's statutory rape as well. So like you know what I mean? Where you could be the same age as somebody, but it was unconsensual, and that can also be, you can also be deemed a predator from that as well. But I don't, you guys, if we, I mean, listen, we can play that we can go with that way all the time, but when they make the law of freedom of speech and freedom of will and this, that, and the third, and then that's the situation we're in, then all you can say is that's the law. If we're just gonna take away morals and the principle, it's kind of crazy. That's like women who think it's okay for men to hit them because they think that shows that they care, because that's all they saw their dad do or their mom go through. Like, it's...
All right, let me read this comment.
know?
It's K-Day said, "You are so right, Mike. I dated a 22-year-old at 16, and looking back, it was definitely a situation I was not supposed to be in. Took a while to realize the trauma that the situation inflicted." And I'm sorry to hear that, K-Day. And I understand at 16, I get it. And for some reason, I remember 16 clearly. Now, I can't relate to 16-year-old, but I remember 16 clearly. And I know your friends didn't see nothing wrong with it.
No.
The government doesn't say 16 is okay for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but because a bunch of pedophiles a bunch of pedophiles are running the government.
Right.
That's the problem.
Thank
the laws
you,
are
Mike.
being, a bunch of pedophiles are running the government.
I'm trying to get people kicked up. And go ahead, Mike. I'm just
That's
going to legally
the
say
problem.
16.
Yes.
It does say 16.
Including Clinton, including the Epstein Island, including every president who was on that jet going over there, including the Clintons who wanted to make Pizzagate seem like that guy was crazy for shooting up that pizza place. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Facts, Mike. That's a bar. You don't even know you've been changed. You don't even know you've been changed. You don't even know how you look at women as a man. I'm speaking as a man. You don't even know that now you're looking at a woman as a conquest, and everybody jokes about it. Yeah, it's like a conquest. You just put it. Do you know how crazy it is? Do you know how crazy it is to actually think to yourself, I'm checking chicks off that I had sex with, and you think that's a cool thing to do? To actually have a list? And you don't understand that there's something wrong with your thought process to actually want to add more people to the list? And people sit around you and applaud you for it? Age and maturity are two different things. Absolutely, Asha.
Right.
All right, Monty, this was great. We went from zombies to this. Now that, my friend, is the full gamut. That is the full
And
gamut.
that is the thing. I am still watching The Walking Dead, so be prepared. More to come. Go follow me on TikTokers. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's me. I know, because I didn't see the following go up enough, so it must not be able to find me. So I decided.
I'm picking real big for you. It's just underscore Monty with 3 eyes.
Now, the problem is, Monty, the problem is that our demo is really like a Facebook Instagram demo.
They can download TikTok just for me.
35-55. We 35-55 over here, Monty. We
like
35-55.
Lady Q's on there. I'm on there. A few of us are on there.
Well,
we still on the A track.
Everybody needs to go support. I just had 2 videos hit over 1,000 views. Thank you very much. Clap it up for Monty.
There you go.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Monty. Love you. Have a good one.
Love you too.
All right. LaShawn said, I had a girlfriend go through that at 16, consensual BS with her daughter. Wow.
16 is consensual. The law said you covered. You good. Y'all can't do nothing about it. Your daughter, you can't stop it at 16. That's what it says.
No, but see, I think your daughter made a good point, Mike. When your daughter said slavery was legal, so that legal thing, as the African American Studies professor, every time I hear legal, I'm like, it used to be legal to do a lot of things. I'm not with the legal argument. It was legal to lynch them. There was no anti-lynching laws. It was legal.
Miss me with that legal crap. Yeah, that's
we're on the same page with that. So I'm about to head back in, but before I go, I'm so glad you brought that up, Mike, because even we were talking in the beginning about the riots and everything. People were saying, even Jon Stewart made a joke. They said, what were we talking about just before the situation in LA? And then they played the clip of Elon Musk when he tweeted, Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why he won't release them. Major bombshell, have a good day, DJ, right? Like 2 days or day, like within 48 hours, I'm sending all this, the whole flood the zone, create chaos. I was just doing some research based on some of the old stuff I was looking at. Trump has an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to his sexual assault history. since the 70s. 25 or more women have publicly accused him of everything from kissing, groping to grape. I'll just say it for the sake of, with the Billy Bush, when he said grab him by the pee, right? Everybody remembers the clip. Few people went outside of the news and just listened to the audio, which is available online. They ended up firing Billy Bush. He didn't even say any of this stuff. He just laughed along. He said, I'm going to put some Tic Tacs in my mouth in case I just feel like kissing her. He said, I move on them. I move on them like a bee. You could just grab them. They let you do it. When you're famous, when you're a star, they let you do it. That's like, he literally saying, he said, I don't even have to ask. Then he talked about being in charge of the Miss Universe and the teen pageant when he owned the pageant. He talked about walking into the dressing room with these teen girls. He said, I own the pageant so I can do it. Epstein's audio says, when he's talking to the guy who did the biography for Trump that just came out, when Trump said, I don't know the guy, but the guy went to the White House 10 times. Epstein, on the audio, he was asked, how do you know this about Donald Trump? He says, I was his best friend for over a decade. I'll say it again. Epstein says about Trump, I was his best friend for over a decade. One of the models who complained said they were passing me back and forth like it was some kind of sick game to see who can do more stuff to me that I didn't consent to in the presence of each other. One of the biographers talked to one of his friends and said Trump had a sick fetish and a habit of trying to blackmail his close friends and try to coax them into allowing him to have relations with their wives. What he would do was call the wife on speakerphone without saying anything to the husband. Start talking to the husband, saying things like, all right, man, we'll get a hotel. You come out to Mar-a-Lago. I'll hook you up with some girls. What do you say? The guy would say something like, I don't know, maybe, married, but nah, just what you. Then when the guy would agree, he would say, I got your wife on the phone and all this other stuff. And they said a couple times he was successful in doing this and making these offers you can't refuse type of indecent proposals. And he has a sick thing like Drake about going after women that are spoken for and manipulating the men that he knows, so-called friends, into uncompromising situations that give him access to their women. Sick, pedophile, pervert, sexual assaulter. His wife, in her memoir, wrote that he raped her. The legal team got involved. She said, oh, what I meant was that he was rough. No. Her ex-wife said, grape. It's reported that the first time Melania and Trump had relations was on Epstein's plane, the Lolita Express. The lady, Virginia Dufresne, who committed suicide recently, the one that first really came out about Epstein, they said that the way she met Epstein was she was working at Mar-a-Lago when she was like 15, since we're talking about that age and like consent. She was a runaway who had been abused, ended up somehow working at Trump's Mar-a-Lago and somehow meeting Epstein and then going on flights and becoming an escort. I'm not playing this game with nobody. Let somebody play with me, talk to them, the reason I support Trump. That's why I nip it in the bud. I don't want to hear about the price of eggs. I don't want to hear about what the Democrats ain't doing, because if somebody says 25 people accused you of raping, groping, and you're on audio talking about grabbing people by the vagina and all, you got 15-year-old girls working for you and end up with Epstein, we're done. That's why the lines have already been drawn. I have nothing to talk about. That's why when people be talking in the comments, sometimes be blacking out blasting, because it's already over for me. The sides have been already drawn. Choose a side. If you choose the side of pedophilia and all that, and that's like Mike said, once you put that person in charge, you set the stage. It's no wonder why Drake is the biggest star and Trump is the president. And until people really want to deal with why some people really don't like these people, which has nothing to do with music or politics, then we're going to keep going in these circles and wait for Drake's new album to come out and wonder if Trump's going to get elected for a third term. But I got to go. But I'm so glad Mike brought it back with that comment, because it is all tied together. It's all tied together.
Well, Doc, I don't know.
Until next time, y'all.
I don't know if we'll see you tomorrow, but we'll definitely see you Friday. Safe travels, homie.
Safe.
Yes, sir. All right. Take care,
All
y'all.
right. Out there, Aaron Smith.
Fire. More fire. More fire. Dylan, more fire.
Now they got Now they got the press conference. The lawyers were out asking Trump for a pardon for R. Kelly. Let me tell you how much I don't give a fuck.
Is that a distraction? He might do it. Would he do it?
Exactly. Choose a side. That's why I don't involve myself with a lot of these rappers, artists, and actors, because I know their hands are all up in the nasty lifestyles, and I picked a side. And I respect you for that, Asha. I respect you for that.
So they want Trump to pardon R. Kelly. They requesting that.
I don't even know if I got they did a whole press conference. His life is in danger. Don't care, homie. Don't care. His life's probably in danger right now because I'm sorry. And I know
Trump don't care about backlash, so I can see him not. If somebody paid him the right amount of money, you know how they do. if somebody came up and he did it, nothing's gonna happen. What would happen if he pardoned R. Kelly? Not a damn thing.
And let me go deeper. I know R. Kelly was a victim. I know he was a victim. I know he went through the generational curse. I get that. But I can't. But when Asha said pick a side with celebrities, Asha made a good point. Pick a side. She picked a side because she knows these celebrities. That's why I don't involve myself with a lot of these rappers and artists and actors, because I know their hands are all up in the nasty lifestyle, and I picked a side. Well, this man agrees with you. This man right here, who actually, it's ironic that you said that. Basically was saying we're the problem. He's saying kind of what Asha was saying. Here's the clip.
Weinstein or Epstein or Diddy or say R. Kelly or Dominique Strauss-Kahn, who everyone forgets about, the predation and the degeneracy of the super rich is always met with disingenuous shock and disgust. While simultaneously, without fail, we're also always told that everyone knew what these people were doing for years. And in fact, I think that most people do understand that this is how the super rich behave. So the shock is not genuine. But if we're being honest, the disgust isn't genuine either. Because in fact, being rich enough to behave this way is precisely why many people want to be rich. The predation and the degeneracy are not peculiarities of the wealthy. The thing that makes them different is that they have the resources that enable them to do it. But for a very large percentage of people in the West, the only thing that's preventing them from behaving the same way is their comparative poverty, not their comparative piety. I mean, look at any music video, almost any music video, and tell me how it's not promoting the exact same lifestyle that you claim to hate Epstein and Weinstein and Diddy for. Meanwhile, those videos have hundreds of millions of views and hundreds of millions of likes, and you memorize the words of those songs. You have a problem. I mean, we see your social media platforms, Instagram, X, what have you, Facebook. These are largely being used just as delivery platforms, directing people to OnlyFans accounts or bookings for prostitutes. Your whole popular culture hypersexualizes women, glorifies violence, condones prostitution, promiscuity, drug use, drinking, pimping, gangsterism, and crime. And then you clutch your pearls in shock and disgust when one of you gets caught doing in real life what you always promoted in your songs and videos and movies. When you get caught acting in real life the same way that you acted on screen. When you get caught living the lifestyle that all of you tell each other is living the dream. Well, if Diddy had released tapes of his parties in the form of music videos, his net worth would have tripled, and he probably would have gotten a VMA award. Because the fact is, you approve of all this. You aspire to it. And in fact, that degenerate lifestyle, that predation, and that debauchery with impunity is actually the American dream. It's the colonizer, slave master, Western imperialist dream. And you know, for anyone who's over there in the States or in the West who genuinely, truly does feel disgusted and outraged over this kind of thing, because I know there are some of you, all I can say is, you know how they talk about situational awareness? You know, having that awareness of your surroundings and what's going on around you so that you can be alert to any threats or dangers nearby? Well, let's call this civilizational awareness. And just like someone who is oblivious to the threats and dangers around them on the street, you say that they have low situational awareness. Well, you have low civilizational awareness because you are truly walking around in a cloud of propaganda and indoctrination and obliviousness about the reality of the so-called civilization that you live in. You think that you're walking around in a park in the middle of a sunny afternoon surrounded by flowers and fuzzy animals, but you're actually in a dead-end alley at 3 a.m. in the pitch dark, and you're surrounded by psychopaths and serial killers.
Man. Wow, he just going on. He just spitting it. Poverty versus
And there's so many points that he made that we'll dance and sing the lyrics.
We do enjoy it. We do enjoy the party life. We enjoy the.
But it's the party life is what. But what does change is your deviant behavior sexually when you get to that level.
This clip. Mike don't know where he got it from though.
I mean, I have it here. I can just tell me where you want me to send it from. To send it to. I've never purchased a CD or gone to a concert for any of these nasty artists. I never allow my kids to listen or watch their nonsense.
So that's you, Asha. I listened to it. I enjoyed it. A lot of people watching the show enjoyed it. Y'all can act like y'all didn't. We can't act like everybody's so holier than thou and fight the power. No, we enjoyed it. We were dancing to Luke. We were dancing to Kaya, My Neck, My Back. We were loving all of that. We were at Freaknik for those who can make it, who was around. We were there. We did it. We had the palm quarters, the camcorders out, slapping butts, the brush scissors, we did all that, and we enjoyed it. And we're all fine, right?
Oh, we are? You know the answer to that. I mean, that was great the way you put it.
You like
And
how
we're
I
all,
did that?
yeah, we're all fine. Because we know we're not.
Or are we?
We know we're not. That's why we're so scared for our kids. That's why we're so frightened every time our kids leave the house. Because we know the environment we help create.
All fine.
We know. And that's why I'm telling you, it lays heavy on my heart how much I promoted this.
There goes my album sales. Hush
Yeah, Hush Girl. We'll just make it that you can only be 27. You can only be 35 years old if you buy your album.
You buy your album. You got to put a disclaimer: 35 and up.
You got to put a fingerprint. You got to show
required.
ID. You got to show ID to be 35. That's exactly why we are afraid for our
Afraid,
kids.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That's why
somebody
we're
just said that,
terrified.
Yeah,
That's why we're terrified for all our kids, especially if you have girls. I know you enjoyed it. I was saying that's not what I enjoyed, nor did I choose that for my children. That doesn't make me holier than thou. Yeah, it makes me realistic to know this was a poison for mine. Facts on facts on facts.
I don't know about poison though, Mike. Was it a poison?
It was absolutely a poison. It was absolutely a poison. Absolutely a poison.
I was playing earlier a little bit, but now was it really a poison?
Yeah, it was absolutely.
You made a living off it. Well, we both did.
Yeah.
We were enjoying it in the moment. So you saying it's backlash to this?
It's backlash to our behavior. Our behavior. We don't want anyone.
I'm having an opposing view, lady. I don't know what she's saying when she started with "Sir, I'm going to need you to
Sir,
stop."
I'm gonna need you to stop saying stuff like that. This is on the internet forever, and I don't need nobody not understanding the difference between your opposing view and how you really feel. It is, and that behavior. Look, I'll speak for myself since this is gonna stay. This is gonna stay on the internet forever. But that behavior is what created my miserable downfall, and what created mental breakdowns, and what created going to jail, and what created rehabs. Being in that environment and being a ringleader in that environment, there's going to be payment for it. And I didn't know, because I thought I was enjoying being in the midst of that at nightclubs every night. Being in the midst of that at comedy clubs and getting off stage and engaging in whatever happened after comedy shows. Not respecting other human beings. Not respecting them in a way where I knew I was using you for one thing. I knew this wasn't going nowhere. This was just a hunt that everybody had. People hunted me because I was the one on stage and on the microphone. And then I used them as the reward for being the person on the microphone.
And they hunted you because they wanted to have fun.
And all of it was poison. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure a lot of people look back at the 90s, early 2000s and go like, what was I thinking? It was poison then, and it's poison now. Look at what it's done to our Trogan community, really. Well, when you know better, you do better. You didn't know then, but you know now. Choose better. Absolutely.
No, you are speaking more real life facts. I see what you've been trying to do, educate and have real. Some of your stuff be conspiracies though, but overall I get what you be trying to do. I see it.
And I'm not going to go down the rabbit. There's no conspiracy anymore. If I told you everything that's happened, and I told you this was going to happen 20 years ago, you would tell me I was speaking a conspiracy. If I told you everything that's happening right now, you would laugh at me and be like, it's a conspiracy. Early Gen Xers, do y'all remember when songs that had any type of sexual innuendos were not played on the radio? Sexual healing faced controversy to be played. And I understand yes, I do remember that. I do remember that. And I remember when Dolores Tucker went and tried to tell rappers, just listen how stupid we were. All she wanted was for us to stop calling women bitches and hoes and stop using the N-word and stop talking about killing each other. And the first thing we did was we grabbed freedom of speech and we were like, nah, we want to be able to say this. So we manipulated freedom of speech to be able to destroy our culture. I was part of it. I was on the side with Luke. We supported Luke.
Yeah, Luke went up against all that. Nah, we're going to say that. We good.
We call Luke an icon.
Luke Prep. Yeah. But you saying that was a
destruction life for trying to warn our community to do the right thing for each other, to respect each other. That's all she was saying. And hopefully it's not far gone. I see a lot of hope in these young people that I'm around. I see a lot of hope in these 20-year-olds, the way they talk to each other, the way I stay out their conversations and I watch them talk to each other. Pass the collection plate for Mike today.
Michelle said you preaching today. She said she's feeling you today, Mike. She said you on one. Anytime somebody want to pass the plate just because, you must have hit a nerve. You made people feel like, oh, this man, he made me laugh today. He didn't spoke the truth. He had a good guess. Outside of the zombie stuff, this was a really good one. Like, we were good. The zombie, I don't know what was going on.
It's a big show. It's a huge show. There's like millions and millions of people. Mike, thank you for being honest and taking ownership in your part. Facts on fact. I didn't know I was being manipulated into the situation. Human behavior, do things and you are forbidden or told not to. But the whole music thing, it's the whole environment. But back to my point of these young people that I hear talking, that are black, that are white, that are gay, that are straight, they're amazing. Like the stuff they talk about at 22 and the way they talk about it at 22 and 23 is so far past how we had conversations.
Enjoy your day.
So we'll be right back at it tomorrow, 9:02. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get to work a little early because I want to grab this coffee. You know, all it takes is a stop to grab coffee that changes your whole time. And WokeUpInspired.com. Get your hoodies, get your t-shirts.
I had her make me this shirt behind me, Mike. I love this shirt. Juneteenth, they not like us. That shirt is fire. I love this shirt. This is what I'm be rocking on Juneteenth. They not like us. They not like us. But yeah,
I might have to get a Juneteenth t-shirt because I'm trying to get my wardrobe. So I might have to order one. I'm trying to get my wardrobe for Juneteenth.
You hurry up. Juneteenth is like in 9 days.
Yeah, I might literally have to pay for y'all to overnight it. And I might have to pay for the overnight.
Drop it off. You know, we right across the bridge.
Yeah, I might have to have.
They not like us.
Delivered.
They not like us.
All right, that's it, y'all. Shout to Dr. Aaron Smith. Shout to Monty for Here's the Thing, always sparking. I mean, we went from the zombies to the
zombies. Yeah, but she brought it back with the messing with the minors.
People are into the zombie situation. I'm sorry.
It's hard to make believe when people say let's act like this. It's not real. We're not going to have real life. That's a TV show. It's not real. So it's hard to sometimes.
When are you going to stop saying things are not real because you thought clones weren't real?
No, you still say Jamie Foxx was cloned. Do you still think that? Yeah, exactly. You remember you said that? Yeah,
I said it.
And you don't.
And guess what? That's why he had to address it on the special. Because guess what? He believes in it too. He made a whole movie about it. Like
I wasn't going there, but I was just saying. I know you.
You got to get out the matrix, man. You got to understand everything in this universe is capable. It's either happening or gonna happen. if you didn't know,
get your bunker. So you got your bunker together. There, you got your underground bunker.
No,
you got all your canned goods. What are we doing, Mike? What are we doing?
Let me ask you something, Jay. Do you really believe Do you really believe civilization is gonna last forever?
Past us.
Okay, but do you think it's gonna last forever?
I know it ain't gonna be our lifetime or our kids' lifetime. That's what if something happened, it ain't nowhere near over these. No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
When
I know
those
Monty
people-
think it's going to keep happening. It's going to happen Y2K. Oh, it's going to happen. In 20 to COVID. No, Mike, you're fine. You're
Okay.
going to be
Okay.
fine.
Did you ever think 20 years ago, if I told you something was going to happen, that they was going to give us free shots and we were going to line up in lines for hours to go get free shots that the government said you had to take?
You're talking about the pandemic with the COVID shots.
I'm asking you, when we're at adrenaline drinking before we'd go to the club, and I told you they're going to have something.
No, I wouldn't.
And we're going to go to a mall and we're going to stand in line and then they're going to tell us to get booster shots. You'd have said no. Listen, I'm going to get my coffee. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Thank you, Amani. Thank you, Dr. Smith. To everybody, C. Chung, Sexy Mo, Financial Rebel tomorrow. I gotta ask him that. Remind me to ask him the damn Cardi B question.
Cardi B question for Kamari. Okay.
Now I gotta find that clip. Cardi B question. Right there for tomorrow. All right, let me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. I understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, or any circumstance take it from you. From Michael Sean, J Black, Sexy Mo, C, Chung, Amani, Dr. Aaron Smith, Kamari, Lady Q, WokeUpInspired.com. Get your merch on there right now. We are gone. And thank y'all for real, for always rocking with us. It's going to be by October. We're going to be a problem. We gone. Gone then.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts.